You do that right now, Emma, for the podcast.
Okay. It would take a minute.
Nah.
I don't know why I'm playing into this, actually. Something's wrong today. I'm just like, I'll just play into this silly antics. You guys do that.
Welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Darren Worth.
And I'm the very pleasant Randy Twyford.
And I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode 134.
Episode 130. Emma, are you whispering?
No, but I did just realize that I did not update the thumbnail screenshots for I have our YouTube channel up, and I just realized I did not finish our thumbnail. It's fine. But no, I'm not whispering.
I just happened to be out on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I was sitting with at breakfast yesterday with one of the boys, and he goes, "What's that podcast name again? I'm sick of duck hunting ones. They're getting kind of boring." So anyway, I showed him, and so I was looking at the YouTube. I'm thinking, I think we need a new background for the YouTube thing.
For the thumbnails?
You know, is that what they call those? Shit, I don't know.
Like, so when you
so
like the
red,
little,
like
the red, the orange?
Yeah, the three thing, yeah. I think we're due.
Okay.
Or maybe we wait till the beginning of the year. I don't know.
I was going to say, I used to just do a screenshot from the episode way back when and then put the title on the top. So I've really amped it up.
Oh.
I would like...
Oh.
Wow.
We look legit now. I don't know what we would change, but we could probably use a facelift.
Just change the color.
It has been 100 episodes. Since then.
Speaking of podcasts,
just change the
have
color.
we had any comments or any
No, that's why I was on the YouTube. We don't have anything lately. Nobody wants to talk to us. Can you believe that?
They talked to on Facebook. You know, I caught the barbecue tips of the week. You know, so
they commented on Facebook.
Well, they commented on my Facebook, so they start buying they're out buying the briner bucket.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, and so then all of a sudden the rest of the crowd chimes in and said, "Wait a second, Darren likes everything disposable.
Yes.
What's he doing with this thing?" And I'm like, shit. Well, some things are just worth washing.
Right.
And then I said I could always put a disposable pan liner in it. Great idea, Darren. Just came up with that last night.
Oh.
So then I don't even have to wash it. But I do like that. I do like that fucking brine bucket for some reason.
You really do.
I was packing for Vegas this morning or last night because Tony Courthouse is stopping by. He's driving to Vegas. So he says, "Hey, you want me to take anything?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want you to take anything. You can take my rub and sauces and you can take a Cambro full of shit. So when I get out there, I don't have to go buy all this pans and foil and all that stuff." So
right.
I loaded just two things up. He's going to throw it in the back of his pickup truck and take it to Vegas for me. And so I'm going through all this shit. I can literally compete out of a Cambro and a toolbox is everything I own, except for, a smoker, of course. And so it was like, I'm like, God, how am I going to get this damn brine bucket in there? But I don't think I'm getting the brine bucket in there.
Now, what kind of pit will you cook on out there?
I'm going to do the one. I got all kinds of cans. Guys can bring me 4 cans.
Right.
But I'm going to do the 1 can challenge again.
You've had pretty good luck with that.
Yeah, you do. Sometimes I think that's good for you to switch it up.
I think so too. I've got a plan in my mind. I've got it all figured out. I'm just gonna. Sherry looked at me and said, "Okay." I'm gonna throw some shit at him. We got a crowd of 100. I'm not gonna give away my secrets.
No,
but I
never.
am going to throw some different shit at him this week. I figured, what the hell? What do I got to lose? It's Vegas.
You're right.
We'll just
What do you
gamble
got
a
to
little bit.
lose?
So there'll be 100 teams out there?
Yeah, 100 plus, I think.
Wow. What kind of money are they talking?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to money, Randy.
I know that, but I thought you might have heard.
No. Yeah, it's going to be a shit show in Vegas. The F1, the Formula One racing is in town too at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So, and we're not near the Strip. We're south of the Sphere down at Bass Pro Shop. So I'm not even sure I'll see Vegas because we're like kind of by the airport.
Oh,
so, and we fly in Thursday morning and fly out Sunday morning. So I'm not even. We might see Vegas a little bit on Thursday, but other than that, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas,
That's right.
I don't think, knowing you, though, that's just like not the case. I feel like anytime anyone's like, what happens here stays here, Darren's like, let me talk about it on my podcast, though.
Let me talk about my podcast. And here, would you like some photo evidence?
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
It's kind of the Darren way.
Speaking of what goes on there stays there, big congrats on the sausage call at the American Royal.
Oh, man. I've been walking around all week long. People are like,
you
hey,
should.
Nice
should.
Sausage. Nice sausage.
You should.
I'm like the Ron Jeremy of barbecue this week.
Oh, boy. I didn't know we were going that direction. I should have known.
What?
Randy.
You weren't?
You brought up sausage and you didn't think he was going to go that route.
You didn't think I didn't even I'm just
Do you even know him?
I'm impressed that Emma knew who Ron Jeremy was.
No, I didn't, but I knew what route we were going down.
So you know who Ron Jeremy is?
No, but I know.
Google him right now.
Look up Google.
Okay, wait. Is this somebody I should like Google on incognito or something?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, probably incognito. Maybe. Are you on your work computer?
I'll go on incognito. This just feels like just for safety.
Go on incognito.
What is it?
Ron Jeremy.
I'm scared, actually. Oh. Okay, I get it. Nicknamed the Hedgehog? Ew. I don't want to know that. Well, according to his Wikipedia. It's like the first line.
You broke up there, Emily. What was the first line?
That his nickname.
Emily, you broke up.
Well, it has all of his,
no,
accolades.
All of his measurements?
Nope.
Oh.
Just his height. Not very tall guy. But he's nicknamed the Hedgehog. And then it says Jeremy was ranked, and I'm not going to open this link. So, yeah. Oh, he's in IMDb. Terrible. I didn't wish. You know what? I wish I wouldn't have looked. I should have just known. I should have just known. Gross. Anyway.
She's gonna be there all day long, Randy.
No. I was gonna say. What I was gonna say was back to your sausage, and then I didn't like how that went. So back to the Royal.
Back to the American Royal.
Yeah, so
let's do that.
That sausage was kind of funny because I was cooking the sausage. So I made the breakfast sausage from It's My Jam. Okay,
This is the same sausage you use there at the restaurant.
At the breakfast, we mixed the breakfast sausage at It's My Jam. Right. And then I took the barbecue rub from Smokey D's and put on it, right?
Right.
And I threw it in the smoker. Now, I did do a couple different variations.
Right.
So I made a fatty.
Okay.
And I might have mixed a little butter and maple syrup in with it to cook it. Because they like a little butter and maple syrup in their sausage at the American Royal. I'm just telling you. So I made a fatty, and then I also pressed some in a pan and kind of cooked it partially in a pan, flipped it out, and then re-seasoned it because I was kind of making some sausage burn ends. Now,
Oh,
I got a tip the night before. Mike Johnson from Sugar Fire down in St. Louis.
yeah, right, right.
He's like the ancillary king. And we were sitting
Sure.
there just shooting the shit. And he was talking about, I said, what are you doing for sausage? He goes, I just do some sausage. And he goes, I normally like to turn in kind of like some burn ends. I'm like, really, burn ends? He goes, oh, yeah, just to be a little different. And I'm like, I'm going to do some burn ends just to be a little different. So we turned in this fatty, slices of fatty. And so I put it in foil and I wrapped it up tight and squeezed it and left it overnight. Well, not overnight, that morning. And then I pressed some in a pan. And I started to cook it in a pan because I couldn't get it to pop out of the pan. So I'll just cook it in the pan for a while and let it cook for a little bit, and then I'll pop it out. So I popped it out and then seasoned it. And so we got ready to turn it in. And I start to go in I grab these ingredients, and I got butter and maple syrup and salt and whatever. And Sherry's like, what in the fuck are you doing? I said, well, I'm kind of making like this salted caramel glaze. She goes, what? And I said, well, yeah, they judged dessert yesterday, so they're really not getting any desserts today.
Oh, okay.
An old Seth from the Procrastinators years ago gave me a sausage recipe where he had done well at the Royal. And I've cooked this recipe many times and scored well with it, where we do a salted caramel glaze on top of the sausage rather than a barbecue sauce.
Right.
So I put that on there, and Sherry tasted it, and she does not like salted caramel. She hates it, actually.
What was that again? You broke up a little bit.
Sherry hates salted caramel.
Randy, I'm convinced your AirPods aren't working, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
So anyway, she hates salted caramel. So
Which
I'm making
is a crime in itself. I'm normally very team Sherry, but that one...
You just can't fix weird, right? Right?
That one hurts. Salted caramel is like the greatest thing in the entire world.
So I'm making this glaze, and so I make this sausage, and I'm glazing it, and she's like, wow, that box looks really good, but you get a call with this shit, I will kiss your ass on stage. I said, game on, baby. So off we went to it. They're calling down, and we did not have a good cook. We had a great cook on Saturday at the Royal, and the best we got was 20 something in pork. We just had a good cook, but the tables we hit were not good tables, and that happens at the Royal, right?
Sure.
You have great expectations at the Royal, but I really wasn't trying super hard at the Invitational. I never do.
Right.
That's my warm-up day. That's just get the pits tuned in and whatever. I don't really care about winning the Invitational.
Okay, so that answered my question I was going to ask. Because I was going to ask which one do you find, quote unquote, more important?
Well, the Open is 10 times more, 100 times more important because if you win the Open, if you win the Invitational, you get to come back to the Invitational for 5 years.
Okay.
Really?
Okay, well, if you're worth your shit in barbecue, all you have to do is win one contest and you're in the Invitational.
Okay.
And now they even have a 2-year look back. So all you have to do is win a contest every second year and you get to come to the Invitational. Whereas if you win the Open, you get to go to the Invitational. You get to go to the Jack Daniels World Championship, and you get to go to automatic, and you get an automatic to the Houston Livestock.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So you get invited to the other World Championships.
That makes sense.
And so, and I've always hated that because I think, to me, in my opinion, I'd like to see the Open winner go to Houston and the Invitational winner go to the Jack.
Why is that?
And I just think it should split it up because the Invitational winner, there was I don't know, 160, 170, or whatever there was, 140 teams, 150 teams.
Right.
I mean, when you win that, it is winning something, but
Yeah, it is.
it doesn't. I mean, yeah, you win a world championship. I understand that, but you don't get the accolades that you get for winning the Open,
Sure.
because the Open you get to do all the other stuff.
Right.
And trust me, going to Houston's a huge deal, and going to the Jack is a huge deal.
Sure.
That goes with it. So to me, they should split that out. I'd like to see it split one way, and it just makes sense because the Jack is an invitational.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying.
That the invitational should go there, and Houston is a huge party. And so to me, the Open, and at the Open, you have to be, you got to be good, but you got to be lucky. There was 400 and some teams this year, or right at 400 teams, way down, but you got 400 teams. So to me, you go there, you ought to be able to go to Houston, and that would be a nice mix.
Right. I kind of agree with you.
But
I can see that.
like most things in barbecue, it's really hard to change things that have been that way for 20 or 30 years.
Ever. Yeah.
It's just that way.
Yeah. But sorry, back to your invitational was a warm-up.
So invitational, I always take all my meat that I have for the weekend, and I take all my great meat and I put it towards the Open. I take my meat that's not as great and I cook it in the invitational. Always done that. Done that.
Okay.
And so I just kind of have fun cooking the invitational. I don't get too serious about it. But I had a really good cook. I turned in 4 solid boxes, and then I got murdered. I was 90 something out of 140.
Yeah.
And I just hit the wrong tables, right? I just didn't hit the right tables. I think one of my tables that I hit, I can't remember even which one it was. I was second on my table, and first on my table was 89th.
Oh,
wow.
It's just one of those things. You're just going to hit low scoring tables once in a while, and you don't want to hit them at the Royal, and I hit them at the Invitational, right?
Right.
So no big deal, And then when we got to the Open, everything that could go wrong at the Open went wrong. And I had an absolute horrible shit cook. It was probably my worst cook of the year.
Get out.
Oh.
Yeah. It was just, and I was so disappointed because that's my granddaddy of them all. That's what I cook for all year long, is that Royal Open. It's like, that's why I put in my reps every week, is to fine tune to get ready for this Open. And I don't, of course the weather was total dog shit.
Well, I was going to ask you, how did the wind affect you?
Well, it really did. The wind didn't affect me because, the pit ran fine. The pits ran fine. It was just colder than fuck. It was, it was just being outside from 3 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night. It was just, the wind just tears on you.
Sure it does.
And it was like, and I had the heater on in the trailer, and you can go back and forth and back and forth. And I'm like, every time you went in, as soon as you came back out, you were colder.
Sure.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm just staying outside. Sherry's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just staying outside. It's just fucking, if I'm going to be cold, I might as well be cold rather than go back and forth and back and forth. So I just kind of stayed outside and cooked the cook. But just things like, my chicken got done a little early. I had it sitting there on the counter, and I turned it in. And then I went to taste the chicken, and the skin was just fucking slap you in the face. It wasn't that way on the bite I took beforehand, but after it sat for 10 minutes, it was just absolutely horrible. Now, I don't know. It was just horrible. And then I don't remember ribs. I just suck so bad at ribs anymore that it doesn't matter. I don't even care. Ribs were ribs. My pork acted like super weird. My pork has been automatic all year long. Just automatic. I cook my pork, I wrap it at a certain point, I take it to a certain temperature. Most of the time, all 4 of my pork collars come off at the same exact time. I wrap them up, throw them in the Cambro. I do the same exact box. I turn them in. I've been top 5 in pork. I think we just finished 5th or 6th in the country in pork.
Really?
You know, it's just been automatic, right? And then I get to the Royal, and I couldn't get it to finish temperature. And I'm like, what is going on here? I'm 45 minutes past my normal time that it would come off. I'm like feeling it. I'm going, it's not at finish temperature, but this feels done. And then I yank it off. And then I go to turn it in on the invitational day, and it's overdone. I'm like, what the hell? And so then, and some of it's at like 202, and some of it's at 208, and normally I take it to 211. And it's just like, what the hell? Well, then we get to the open, and it was even worse. So I pulled it off even a little earlier when it felt better. Pulled it off earlier, knowing, hey, it was overdone yesterday. We got to play the field game. Don't pay any attention to the temperature here. And it was still overdone.
Wow.
And it was so frustrating. And then I get
That
to
would be?
brisket, and then it was so frustrating, I had to pull out the electric knife. And,
Really?
and I used to be a big electric knife guy, and I did away with the electric knife a year ago just so I could get more of the feel. And I take pride in not having the electric knife, even though I used to be a big electric knife guy. And because I finally found a blade that I like to cut with. And so I had to, the last minute, I'm like, Sherry, where's a fucking electric knife? We had to dig the electric knife out of the fucking closet and cut it so I could cut through this pork. And then I get to brisket, and I go to take brisket out of the pan, and 2 inches of it fucking broke off.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. This is just the end of a perfect day. And so I had slices that were probably 4 inches long. Now, I had cooked burnt ends, and Sherry, I said, here, try these burnt ends, because I had every intention of turning in burnt ends. And I said, try these burnt ends. She tried the burnt ends. She tried them. She goes, yeah, I don't think we should turn them in. I said, what's wrong with them? She goes, I don't know. I said, what's wrong with them? Because normally Sherry would go, they're not beefy enough. They're too salty. They're too whatever. But she wouldn't tell me what was wrong with them. She just said, I don't think we should turn them in. And I'm like, is there anything wrong with these things? And she's like, no. Well, guess what, honey? We are turning these in now. So we had to make a box that was 4-inch slices, and then turn burnt ends along the side to fill up the box. Actually, it looked beautiful, and turned out well because the brisket was done beautifully. It just had this hidden fat seam in there that I didn't know about. And when it rendered out, it wasn't, I couldn't have babied that thing. I babied out of it just came apart. And if I would have seen a fat seam visible like that, I never would have cooked a brisket like that. Or I would have cut it out and went, because you got a wide brisket when you trim it, I would have seen that fat seam going there, and I would have trimmed more to the other side.
Right.
I never saw it at all. It was just hidden. And boy, when I picked it up, that son of a bitch came off, and I'm like, Sherry looked at me, and I'm like, yep, this is how this day's going. And it was just, but it turned in a beautiful box. I was happy with the box when it went in. But I think that was our best scoring category, too, 70-something out of 400. But then sausage. So it was the only square trophy that we didn't have.
Okay, good.
Well, I do. That's kind of fun.
I do.
And
Well, yeah.
it's my jam. And it was like
Yeah,
it
I
was
agree
like a
with you.
you
That's what
sausage.
Yeah,
Like it was
wasn't.
that did
was-
not.
It was our sausage. It was a
It wasn't
sausage.
something that
It was
you-
fun. Yeah, it was a sausage that I actually developed the recipe and the
Exactly.
seasonings.
Yeah, like
and-
that.
Exactly.
Like you did that. Like it's
Yeah.
not like a
Going
you
and
know,
buying Bob Evans and make it,
Right.
then
Yeah.
adding this to it, that to it.
or like
This is your
Right.
grind.
here's
and-
your.
Right.
and it's what you
Right.
use every day. That's what I
So
was so
honestly-
happy about.
That's kind of like the biggest win of them all.
Yeah,
Who
I agree.
needs? Who needs
Yeah,
grand
we're
champion
gonna
or reserve
we're gonna,
grand
we're gonna
champion
blow
when
it
you're?
up that way. Yeah, it's all about
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah,
Who
I mean,
needs
get
the
your
other
girls on it.
titles when you have the number one sausage? That's not how I wanted to say that.
Yeah, me and Ron Jeremy. I'm going to get a
Yeah,
picture.
there you go.
I think AI and me. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I'm doing that today. I'm going to get an AI picture of me and Ron Jeremy and say Sausage Kings, post it on Facebook. Yep, that's what I'm
I
doing.
could
dare
actually.
you.
Why don't
I'm
you
not
do that?
going to.
Why don't you do that right now, Emma, for the podcast?
Okay. It would take a minute.
Nah.
I don't know why I'm playing into this, actually. Something's wrong today. I'm just like, I'll just play into this silly antics. I must be ill. I must have a concussion.
Yeah.
I actually concussed myself. Look, you can kind of see it now.
Concussed.
So that's
Yeah.
what happens when getting used to sleeping in sin at different places.
Okay. It's not. Okay. I live here now, first of all. And second of all, let's just not call it that, okay? I don't like that. I don't believe in that stuff, but I don't like that.
Do you think Randy and I could just go hang out at like VRBO, your old house?
Yeah. Good. Not quite yet. It's not fully ready. But
Are you going to
Eventually.
VRBO it? Are you going to VRBO it?
yeah, Airbnb it. Yeah. That's the plan.
Airbnb?
Because I'm.
Yeah.
So you owned your
I
other
am.
house?
It is right next to the airport.
It's literally. Mom parked her car there. So then Ubered to the airport this weekend. So she didn't have to pay for parking. It's extremely close, Randy. It's essentially the airport's in my backyard.
Yeah, I guess because we've heard some planes come in and out
Yeah.
over time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're gonna Airbnb that biatch. Except I had a little scare this week because the house across the street went up in flames,
Oh boy.
and I didn't know that. I found out because my sister called me and was like, "Is your house on fire?" And I was like, "What are you
Well,
talking about?"
we can always hope.
Yeah.
No. I like
What?
that house. I would be devastated.
Oh,
It's
Why would you be devastated? You just collect the insurance money. Done.
amen, brother.
Still have a lot, sell the lot, done. You don't know how this works, Emma. Easiest way to sell a house, burn it down.
oh. Well, now if Darren's place is burned, we know who did it. They were not accidents. But before we switch off from the Royal completely, I do think just because, Luke Darnell is a big, well, I shouldn't say a big part, but he is a part of this podcast here and there. We should give him a shout out for getting reserve grand champion.
He did.
Yeah,
He
I
did.
forgot about that.
A
He got
nice,
reserve grand.
a nice close half a point reserve.
Really?
Yeah, he had a good
Half
cook. He had a good cook. Yeah, half point. Yep, he had a good cook.
Something to
He
be
had a
proud
good,
of.
he had a good cook.
Well,
I'm gonna.
shout
had
out
a
to everybody.
Kim had a great cook
Eh,
because since they went to cooking on
this-
cams, Kim kind of manages the cooking process now.
Based off the photos he posted, I kind of got that vibe.
Well,
She
you can
runs this show.
because, and you can tell because he's always got time to visit on cooking morning because Kim's back running the pits.
I was just
So
going to ask
congrats,
you what he
Kim.
cooked on. Cans?
Well, he used to cook on a Jambo, but then they got
Right.
rid of the Jambo, and now they're cooking on 4 cans.
Okay.
I also
Three
see-
cans. I think he cooks on 3 cans. Sorry.
I just want to know. Luke posted. I stalked Luke's Facebook this morning to make sure I said the right things. He posted a picture of somebody in a chicken head. Is
Yeah,
that
that's Kate.
your chicken head?
No. So
Okay.
we got the knockoff. Kate was the
Okay.
original chicken head.
Okay. Because it's identical, and I was
So
having like
that's
war
Kate.
flashbacks.
No, so that was Kate and Justin from Lucky's Q, who haven't competed in a couple of years. They actually came down and surprised everybody, even though we weren't surprised. They came down and just hung out for the weekend until it got really
That's
cold.
fun.
And they said, "Fuck it," and went home.
Yeah.
I respect that. I just
But,
saw the chicken head, and I was like having flashbacks to
Yeah, she came
trying
in
to
on the
make
shuttle
TikToks with you.
She came in on the shuttle from the car, wearing the chicken head.
That's my kind of person.
Oh, Kate will keep you in stitches all week long.
I love that.
Just fun to have around.
Where are
So
they
much fun
from?
to have around. They're from Waverly, Denver, Iowa, Waverly, Iowa,
Okay.
up in northeast Iowa.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I got a question for you. At the Royal, it sounds like majority of competition teams are cooking on cans. Is that when you look at the number of teams there and stuff? Is that pretty well the way it is, Darren?
Well, they're either now it's like cans, outlaw smokers, and jambos would maybe make up. I'm going to guess 90%.
Really?
And if I were to put a number on that, I would guess. Just guessing, I'm going to guess we're probably 70% cans.
I could believe that from what I've
probably
heard.
60 to 70% cans. I'm going to guess 20% are running outlaws and maybe 5 to 10% jambos.
Now, what's an
Jambos,
outlaw? Is it like a jambo?
It's like a jambo. It's an offset. You know, I joke with Jay Craig, who owns Outlaw Smokers. I always joked with him that it was a Fisher Price jambo.
Okay.
And you know, and Jay, he's an amazing guy. I love Jay to death, and he is the most innovative guy in barbecue.
Really?
And if you ever get a chance, this guy and he's made some new drum smokers that are amazing. Actually, we're going to buy 2 of them, I think, and that's going to be our setup in Florida. We're talking about is because he's made these cans out of aluminum.
Okay.
And they'll withstand the high heat, and they only weigh 45 pounds.
Oh wow!
Wow.
And so I could put the cans actually in without the basket and stuff in them, but I could put the cans in a car carrier behind my Bronco.
Okay.
And out there, and so go to a contest with 2 cans, throw an easy up, couple tables in the back of the Bronco, and a toolbox full of rub, and boom, I'm off to go.
Yeah.
But this guy has made innovations like you would not believe as far as custom. So back when Jamie Gear was building us Jambo pits, Jamie was the exact opposite. He built the Cadillac of pits, but refused to budge 1 inch
Right.
on changing anything about a pit.
Sure.
Right? So like when we went to Jamie and said, hey, Jamie, a trailer's 102 inches wide. Your enclosed model's 105 inches wide. How can we cut about 4 inches off of this trailer so we could fit it within the confines of the trailer so we're not hanging over the side, and then we could put it bat wings down to protect this going down the road? Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. Or, hey, Jamie, you know, your boiler door is in the end of the smoker. Can we put it on the inside so we don't have to get off the pit, off the trailer to go stoke the fire?
Right.
Nope, not doing it. You know, I mean, Jamie was just that guy. He was just a Texas guy, and I appreciate that.
Sure.
But what
he's made.
what Jay has done is done every one of those ideas plus 10,000 more.
Really?
And done that. Now Jay's pits, his metal isn't as heavy as his pits are a lot lighter. And I think he probably makes them a lot lighter because he knows that by building them damn heavy pits on the back of those trailers is a lot more, there's just a lot more weight on the back of the trailers. But
Sure.
he's done all those innovations. He's done all those customizations. He has built some kick-ass pits. But he's built these new drums that are just amazing.
I'll be
Out of
there.
aluminum. They got I call it a doctor's, you go to the doctor's office and they have a wastebasket where you step on it and it opens up. His
Right.
pits do that. So you can just, if you want to get in the pit and you got your hands full, you just step on it and it opens them up.
Really?
Yeah. Oh God.
Wow.
Just crazy. So anyway, but Jay with Outlaws. So, Rooters and Tooters who won on day one at the Invitational, they were cooking on an Outlaw pit.
Okay.
So yeah, they're just crazy good.
But a lot of cans.
Lots of cans, lots of Gateway drums, lots of Hunziker smokers, but mainly Gateway drums type thing. It's just, yeah, it's crazy because, it became a barrier to entry that, back then, I mean, shit, I bought my first drum for $500, brand new. Well,
Right.
now drums are $1,200-$1,300.
Are they really?
Yeah. Well, guys are cooking on, so they can be all in, and for $4,000 where,
Right.
buying an Outlaw is really not that much more expensive. But, buying a Jambo, I mean, we were, a trailer smoker Jambo was $9,000-$10,000.
Right.
So, just being able to fit in and hauling around and, you owe it to like Tim Shear and Brad Leininger and Chris from Heavy Smoke and all those guys were winning on cans. So they taught a lot of classes.
Right.
And then as soon as you teach classes, what do people do? They follow the class, and what do? They go buy cans and cook the recipes, and then when they do good, then somebody else, then they cook a class, and it's just a reciprocal effect. So
Yeah, it sure
it
is.
just wasn't, so that's the craze. Now, personally, I hate the flavor of cooking on a can. I don't like the flavor of it.
You think there's that much difference in flavor between cooking on your gear than cooking on a can?
Huge.
In what way?
Well, because when you're cooking on a Jambo, you're kind of dealing with meat and smoke. Whereas if you're dealing on a can, you're cooking over the coals.
Okay.
So you're getting this flavor of fat dripping on coals and that sizzling and coming up into the meat. So yeah, it's one of the things you really have to watch in a can. To tell you the truth, you have to kind of not get too much of that canny flavor, they call it. So as you don't want too much dripping on those coals while you got exposed meat. So a lot of guys use water pans to rotate, and so your meat's spending half the time over a water pan.
Okay.
Trying to so it's not dripping all this constantly, because otherwise, if it was just dripping, you wouldn't be able to stand it.
Really?
But it's a whole different flavor. It's a whole different flavor, and it's caught on with the judges. Evidently, the judges like that flavor.
Yeah.
But it's funny that like Wags, he's cooking on an offset. I'm not sure what his offset is. He does an offset and cam combo, which I cook on an offset cam combo. Wags, who won the Royal Open, he cooked on an offset. Luke is cooking on cans. So an offset kind of won, a combo won both days.
Right.
Because Rooters and Tooters cooked on an Outlaw with an Outlaw can.
Uh-huh.
So the offset combo won day one and day two, and a can took reserve both days.
Right. Huh.
So, I can't say, I used to say in the olden days that, I used to joke around all the time with Tim Shear, and I'd say, yeah, drums win championships, Jambos win world championships. Now we can't say that much anymore.
No, can't say that. No. Interesting.
Yeah. It's crazy how it's evolved.
And I remember when we were first started, everything was pellet cookers.
Well, pellet cookers or WSMs, right? I mean, before that, I mean, I cooked on WSMs, and then the pellet cooker, we'd cook a little bit on a pellet cooker to get the flavor, and then throw it to the WSM. Did that combination for a while.
Right.
But I know, like even the Puerto Rican team, they were out there, or the Costa Rican, not the Puerto Ricans, the Costa Ricans, they were out there in that wind of 30 mile an hour. They were out there cooking on WSMs.
Really?
And I think they got a call at the Open. Yeah, it was crazy. Crazy.
That wind
Crazy.
Had to be, I saw somebody sent me a thing that they turned the water off on Sunday or something.
Did they? I don't.
Yeah, because
I wasn't hooked to water, but I mean, when we woke up, I think it was 24 or 25 degrees and the wind blowing. I think the feel like temperature was 17 or 18 degrees.
Wow.
And I mean, it was 70 degrees 2 days earlier. So that's what made it seem so damn cold. You would think, I feel like 24, 25. Who cares, right?
Who cares?
But when you were just in T-shirts and shorts a couple of days ago,
right,
and then all of a sudden it was like, holy shit.
Well, we're recording on Saturday morning, and Friday it got up to 80 down here.
Yeah, it did. Yesterday was hot. It was awesome.
And it's supposed to get up in the mid 70s. When I got up this morning, the thermometer here at the house was at like almost 60.
I know.
Really?
And it's supposed to turn off cold tonight, or cold down in the 50s. Normal temperatures, highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. You know?
I haven't looked at our temperatures, Emma. What's our temperatures? Are you still working on my Ron Jeremy?
I actually am. I decided I was going to do it because I wanted to see if it would work. Today's temperature is the high 65, and then we just get into the low to mid 50s the rest of the week.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of the same here.
That's fall weather.
Yeah. Add Ron Jeremy. Next to him, they are buddies. That could be AI. Don't fail me. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Give me buddies indoors. What? We'll see what happens. I'm using Sora for anyone who cares what AI platform we're using. I don't think anybody cares.
I don't even know what Sora is.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's ChatGPT's image generator.
Oh.
Yeah, they started a whole new thing just to generate images.
And remind me of what's the name of that? Sora? How do you spell that?
Yeah, Sora.
Oh.
Kind of like, remember, like in college, Randy, the
I don't know where this is going.
The sore
Oh,
horse.
yeah. What'd you call him?
The sore horse.
No,
Sore horse.
Brandy.
Sora.
It's not very nice.
I just got it.
Brandy, that took you so long.
Yeah, it really did.
This is a good representation of how I know Randy will follow you no matter what, because he started laughing before he even got the joke. He was like, yeah, that's funny.
Soror, I was trying to figure out Sigma, Omega,
No, they were just sorority girls. Back in college, they were sore horse to us.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross. Stop. What is wrong with you?
It's Saturday. I had an extra half hour sleep.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. It's done. Let me share my screen. It's not like great, but it's just funny. Okay. Where is it at? Okay. There's two. This one's like kind of creepy. We like blended you guys together.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that'll work just fine.
I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send that to me.
Okay.
I was thinking more of one of us standing together and me holding the American Royal Sausage Trophy.
I don't have a picture of that. I don't have a picture of you with. I only have the
Matter of fact,
screenshot.
I will send you a picture of Sherry and I with there, and you can replace her with Ron Jeremy,
Okay, perfect.
right?
Yeah. Oh gosh. I didn't know I was sharing the whole window.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I just went to Facebook because I was looking at Q-Mic stuff. I was trying to find a picture of Darren. Did you send it? Okay.
Yeah.
Please hold while I let this generate.
Yeah, see, I think you can take a picture of. I think you can replace Sherry with Ron Jeremy.
We just got. Hold on. Oh. Somebody sent us a DM. Lindsay Simmerman. And it's a picture. And he said that Smokey D's wannabes or Twyford wannabes. What should
What
be
she
called?
have a picture
I'm
of?
assuming.
She have a picture of Jeff in his overalls.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's my man.
Yeah, so Jeff showed up. Jeff showed up on.
Oh, that's okay. I caught on.
Thursday at the Royal in that outfit.
Oh, did he really?
That's what you said.
He was on Thursday. But shout out to the wannabes too. 10th place in ribs at the Open.
Okay.
I heard that.
I'm
I
going
heard
to-
that.
Handpicked ribs. Handpicked ribs from the restaurant.
Really?
Matter of fact,
I
I picked through some ribs and threw a bunch of my coals into the container and said, "Hey, you might want to look through some of these."
And that's the ones they picked out?
Mm-hmm.
I got 10th place.
And then beat my ass with them.
Oh, be damned.
Good.
I'll have to say the
Okay, here we
video feed of the award ceremonies was actually pretty shitty.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was taken they had to take it back because of all the people standing in their spots when they'd come in the awards, but they had it sideways for a while, and then they had it flatways, and it looked like you were standing in Topeka trying to watch it. For a contest as big as that is, I would think they would have some pretty professional type deal, realizing how many people were probably watching it, and maybe there isn't that many people watching it. So,
Yeah, it was crazy. It was like super cold. Matter of fact, Sherry, they were sitting in an expedition on the track with Anella and whatever, and they were blocking our wind. Gabe and I were sitting, and the wannabes were sitting there, and they were blocking our wind, which was really helping. And then they come and said, "You got to move all that off the track." So they had to move way back, and so we're sitting out there with we had electric heated vests on, under electric blankets, just freezing our holy ass off. And then every
didn't realize it
time,
was
so
that
we got a
cold.
call for sausage, and Sherry, I had to wait for her to come about 50 yards because, of course,
Right.
she's got a bad knee and, just hobbling to get up there. No more than she gets back. She gets in, she's in the back seat of this damn expedition. No more than she gets back there. And then we get a call for the Legends Award for second place
Right.
in the Legends Award. So then she's back again.
what did you place in the Legends Award? I can't remember.
We got second.
Second. Who got first?
Yeah. I don't know. Casual smokers, I think.
Okay.
Casual smokers. I think they got 30 something overall over 70. So
Okay.
it's the Has Been Award, but we got a free cooler out of it.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the
you
main thing.
did.
Nice.
Free cooler.
Free cooler.
Free cooler.
Free cooler.
So, Randy, is there
It's-
any farm report this week?
Yeah, matter of fact, there is. Today's farm report brought to you by
ChatGPT.
First National Bank of Orangeville. Something came to my mind this morning as we were preparing for the broadcast. For any of the listeners that are out traveling in the Midwest, be careful because there's a lot of anhydrous tanks, those white tanks, bottles on trailers. There's a lot of them on the road these days. Everybody's nitrogen is being put on. That's what's in those is anhydrous ammonia, NH3. And there's a lot of, you like that term? And a lot of that is, there's a lot of them on the road. And I about smollicked one yesterday because a lot of them will have 2 tanks on a trailer and they block the turn signals of the truck pulling them. So you can't ever tell if they're going to turn or not. Well, you shouldn't turn in at a crossway anyway. But there've already been a couple accidents around the area. So on the farm report today, be careful and cautious of anhydrous tanks when you're traveling the countryside. Remember, they may not be able to see you, so make sure you see them. So be careful in driving the countrysides or just out on the roads because them bastards are everywhere. And that's the farm report today. Safety first.
Safety first on the farm report.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising that, they don't have any because, of course, those are the worst trailers in the world that they put those on.
Right.
Just the axles or whatever they put them on. I'm surprised that they haven't made them put because now you can buy a magnetic turn signal lights that you stick to the back and then you just plug it. Then you just plug it into your socket on your truck,
right,
without having a cord. They're cordless.
Right.
I'm surprised they haven't made that happen.
I am too. And I say you're at an intersection. You're not supposed to pass anybody at an intersection just because of that reason if they're turning in. But a lot of these tanks are going in just field roads, and if you're not familiar with field roads and stuff like that, you may go to pass and they're getting ready to turn into a field road and you don't see their turn signal or anything. It's pretty treacherous.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Yeah, it's funny because so Jared from Brisket Butts, who's a Canadian team that we took a trailer down to the Royal for and whatever. He's on the safety response team for that up in Canada.
Oh, okay.
And he had just got done with a 48-hour on-call of a big anhydrous tank. They were out in a field of maize, I think he said.
Okay.
And they were on a side hill, and the axle broke, and the wheel came underneath, and it broke, and it just happened. The wheel came out, and where they would suck that tank off, that's right, Emma, where they would suck that tank off.
I didn't say anything.
Just a look on your face.
What? I don't make looks.
Where it blocked it, so then they had no way they couldn't lift that. They couldn't bring another tank off and pump the anhydrous off of it.
Right.
There's no way they could do it, so they just had to take the old release valve and they just had to let it go.
Wow.
Into the atmosphere. So they were out there for 48 hours.
Took that long for that tank to empty.
Just for the whole, from the time they got there till they're trying to figure out what to do.
Right.
He was 48 hours on the scene.
Wow.
Until they could get it to deal with it. And he's like, yep, that's what we deal with. We have to be there from start to finish.
I'll be dang. So
Crazy.
And it's probably the most nastiest stuff on a farm. I mean, where you could get hurt the worst.
Yeah.
Because it's like 2 jillion degrees below zero.
Yeah, I see in Oklahoma they had one go off in a damn in a hotel parking lot this week.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Made like 10 people sick and something
Sure.
defaulty valve. Hell, we had a underground propane tank go faulty in Ankeny, and it broke the valve off, and they had to get rid of 2 city blocks either way. They had to evacuate
Sure.
for hours and hours and hours of that thing.
That stuff's nasty stuff.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
So be safe with it. Be safe, because a lot of it's going on right now.
Be safe. A lot of deer running too. Ooh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah,
are
they're
running. Oh yeah.
Except it kind of made him look funny
Oh
on
no,
this one.
no, I
but
no,
then,
I
don't
think
think
it's,
so.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
because then on Sora, it did a really good Ron Jeremy, but then it made your face look funny. Like, look, you look like a. That's
no,
not
it's
you.
fine. I was fucking cold.
That's still not
Yeah,
you.
send that to me. That's gonna be my.
Oops.
That's gonna be my.
I think this one.
Yeah, either one. They'll get it.
Ron,
Okay, this one-
Ron takes
I would
cold weather
prefer
pretty
your
well, doesn't
face.
he?
Yeah.
I would
yeah.
prefer your face to not be the one that's messed up. I could care
Yeah,
less
Ron,
about.
he can handle that cold weather, it looks like.
Yeah, because I mean, he's not going to have it. I mean, even if he has a little shrinkage, it is
Yeah.
not going to be a problem.
Not going to be
Ew.
an issue at all.
Okay. We're done with that. I don't know why I've entertained this as much as I have today.
You've done a fine
just-
job.
We've
Fine
been good
job,
at it.
Emma.
I've
That's
been.
what happens when
I
you're
don't-
dealing with the sausage. That's what happens when you're dealing with the sausage king.
The Sausage King, exactly. World Sausage King.
The world champion sausage king.
Sausage King.
By the way,
Exactly. Exactly.
I can't believe I did that. I can't. I sent it to you, so you have it now. Just because
That'll be
I
great
did it
to-
because I thought it would be a funny post. And knowing your Facebook demographic, it's going to be really funny.
Yeah.
to read the
yeah.
comments
I'll probably
off.
do the Instagram thing too. I'm getting better at the Instagram deal.
Yeah. I also have been seeing that you have been posting to Threads a lot, which is a platform that never really took off.
Does that automatically do that?
I think
'Cause
it
I don't
does.
do that.
Yeah,
it must
I think
automatically
it
do it
does.
because I don't do it.
When you post, especially if you post on Instagram and you
Yeah.
got it set
Yeah.
up to automatically go to Facebook, then it automatically goes to Threads.
Because it goes to the Smokey D's Threads, which I think's funny.
Interesting. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if how that'll go with the Ron Jeremy thing.
I don't know if your social media gals will love it.
They'll get over it. They always
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
I haven't done
Go
a barbecue tip.
I was just about
Oh
to
yeah,
say,
we need a
now it's
barbecue
time.
tip of the week. Oh, I think
The barbecue
that
tip
one
of the
we
week.
did about putting the pan liner in the.
Yeah, but I got a new barbecue tip.
Okay, let's
I'm
hear
just
it.
going to have to explain it because most people don't watch it anyway. And I see this all the time about grease buckets.
Okay.
Okay.
Grease buckets. So grease buckets. And people look at me funny all the time. So every time, so we've had a grease bucket. We buy a little 2-gallon grease bucket or 2-gallon paint bucket, like a 5-gallon bucket, but just a 2-gallon one.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And when we go through the contest, we're always dumping our au jus or leftover sauce. We're always dumping that. So it's just a dump bucket. So anytime we have anything in a pan, we dump it in that bucket. But we line that bucket with one of them little 11-gallon trash cans, the little white ones that smell good.
Yeah.
So Sherry takes that and she lines that, and then she takes and ties it around there so it stays up. And so we just constantly dump in there. And then when the contest is over, I go out to my pit and I can empty it. And that's it doesn't even fill it all the way up. That's enough. Your butter bath for your chicken and your rib juice and all that. We just constantly, because it's small enough that you you don't have to take it anywhere. You can throw it right up on the table. You can dump the stuff in it and we put it on our second shelf of our table. So it's always right there. It's easy to move around. And then at the end of the contest, we can either take the bucket to the grease dump, and then you dump it out, and then all you're going to do is take out the liner, throw it in the trash. Or if they don't have a grease dump, then you can pull out the bag, tie it real tight, and when you pull it out, it looks like 2 bull testicles, Randy.
Right.
It's kind of funny. But I walk around and I got 2 bull testicles. People look at me like, what the fuck is that? But anyway, and then you just tie it up really tight, and then you can throw it in your trash bag, and the grease doesn't leak everywhere.
Ah, very nice.
It's very handy. And so Sherry's like, we're going to Vegas, and she's like, hey, did you pack the grease bucket? And I'm like, I didn't have room, so we're just going to have to buy one. So we got it on the buy list for Vegas.
Yep, that'll be an easy pickup.
We're just going to go to the paint aisle and buy the $2 2-gallon grease bucket. But we've been running the same grease bucket for ever and ever and ever because we store our kitchen chemicals in it going down the road.
Kitchen chemicals.
You know, our 409 and our
correct
dish soap and all that.
Sure,
That's where we store that going down the road. It's multi-purpose.
There you go.
I think you're going to live, Emma. Put a little ice on.
I have a headache. I was just trying to see if it's bruising. Yeah, I was trying to see if it was bruising because I have to go to the painted tree today, and the last thing I need is to have a big, fat, nasty-ass bruise on my forehead while I'm working. You know?
Yeah, it'll be fine.
You'll be all right.
It's
You'll
fine.
be all right.
A long way from my heart.
There you go.
But I do have
Long way from your heart. Don't be calling in sick. Don't be calling a wimp.
Ew. I could be dying and I wouldn't call in sick.
That's right. That's right.
I don't think I've ever called in sick.
What else?
Anything else?
Place.
Anything else besides just rambling?
People like it.
It's past my breakfast time.
Oh,
Damn,
boy, you
Larry.
better get to going.
Oh,
You
boy.
picked this time. Actually, no, I did.
You picked this time.
And you know what? I didn't think about that, but you guys agreed to it.
I agreed.
Yeah.
I agreed.
You didn't even fight. If you would have said, what about breakfast? I would have been.
I didn't fight.
I could have gotten up earlier. But anyway. Well, if you haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod. Find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Like, follow, subscribe. Do all the things. You know the drill. Randy,
do it better this time, please.
Boom! Boom! Out of here. Finished. Done.
Man, that was a double pumper.
Yeah, that was a
Boom. We're out of here.
We'll see you
Adios.
guys next week.